Namaste, Life of Taroters, and welcome back to another video with me, Kay. This is my 54321 tarot video response to Kelly Bear, who came up with this wonderful hashtag to sort of, bring the tarot community together. And this was recommended to me by Destiny Powers. So thank you so much for that. So what it is you say your 5 sort of like favorite tarot decks that really speak to you, that you would get on really well with. It's supposed to be 4 books, like sort of on tarot, 3 spreads, 2 habits you have, and 1 tip. I don't really have any books, so instead of doing 4 books, I'm going to do 4 oracle decks that I really like. So slightly different, but still the same 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing. So yeah, I hope you like this video, because it's been kind of fun preparing it and looking through all my decks, seeing which ones I do really connect with and which ones I like, and maybe even some that I don't use that much and sort of forgot I had, because I do have quite a few. But yeah, if you're new here, then thank you for finding the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, let's get started. So the first deck that I really connected with and liked was this one, Tarot in Wonderland. This is sort of like my first proper tarot deck that I really got on with and sort of taught myself tarot with properly, because I tried to get on with the usual, RWS decks, and I just couldn't get on with it. I don't know why, I didn't connect with any of them. I bought about 3 different ones and I just couldn't get on with any of them. And then I saw this one and I was obsessed with Alice in Wonderland, and I just instantly connected with it, and the cards just spoke to me, and I literally just learned tarot that way. I learned every card, I knew everything, it just kind of spoke to me, the messages were just in the cards. So yeah, this is the back of it, and the artwork's really nice. So yeah, if you're an Alice in Wonderland fan, then I highly recommend it. It's very gentle, good for beginners. Like I said, like the sort of messages I think are like in the cards, so it's a really good one. It comes with a full colour guidebook as well, which is really nice, because I like it when guidebooks are full colour. It just gives it that extra, So yeah, that's my number 1. Next, we have The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is like a really cool coffin-shaped box. And that came with a guidebook and a little bag, which I could try and find, which I actually keep the cards in. So yeah, it came with like a little tarot bag, which is cute. And it also came with an altar cloth and a little sort of like journal, so you can sort of like, when you pull a tarot card, you can sort of journal, your pulls, and do personal readings that way, which I think is really cool. So these cards, again, I'm obsessed with The Nightmare Before Christmas, so when I saw this one come out, this is actually the newest version of it. It came out before and it was just a normal box, whereas I got the one that came out, I think it was only last year, might have even been this year, I can't remember, no, last year, and it was sort of like the coffin shaped box and all the extras. So but yeah, that and the Tarot in Wonderland, the one you just saw, they're probably tied for my 2 favourite decks that I really connect with and just get on with. I don't normally like bordered cards either. I always go for borderless, but I really liked this one because it just felt very Tim Burton. And if any of you sort of know Tim Burton, his look, what he's known for, it just looks very Tim Burton, it just feels it. So yeah, that was that one. Next up, we have the Lightseers Tarot. This is just a stunning deck, and the artwork is just, the camera doesn't really do it justice. Like that card, for instance, it's called the Sun, obviously, and it looks bright, it looks happy, it feels it. You can feel the energy coming off of the card. So I do like this deck, and I use it quite often. it's very, very easy to interpret, you know, especially if you like, I'm a very intuitive reader. I know some people are very, obviously everyone's different. Some people are very intuitive like myself, some people aren't. They prefer to do it more sort of as a guidebook would tell them, and that's fine, you know, there's no right or wrong way. But these are this is a very good deck for intuitive readers, I think, because you can just see the story in the cards, you know, like, so if you know the Seven of Wands, you know, the Seven of Wands, you know, it's literally, you know, you're protecting yourself from anything negative. Nothing is going to penetrate that, you know, you're protecting yourself from anything, any outside influence that might not, you know, serve your life or, you know, happiness. They're very, very easy cards to interpret and sort of just feel the message from. Next one is one I only got recently, and if you've seen my video that I did a few weeks ago, the Wandering Moon Tarot, then you'll recognize it. And this one is just, I had to have this one because it's anything related to the moon. I like, you know, I've always been connected to that, but two, how pretty is that? Every card is sort of like holographic. And again, this is the Midnight Sky edition. The original edition was, the cards were white, and obviously with sort of like black drawings, but this one's obviously the cards are black and they've got like holographic sort of silvery purpley images, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, this one I got because I had to have it. And she changed some of it, so the Ace of the Moons are cups. But yeah, this one I think might be out of print as well, because the reason I got it is because she said she's going to stop making it, because unfortunately people were sort of, you know, making counterfeit decks, and it's obviously never nice when that happens. So I don't know if you can actually buy that one anymore. And my last tarot deck is this one, which is a Japanese deck by Ayumi Kasai. If you know anime and sort of, you know, that kind of, if you're into all that, then you might know her name. And it's the Love and Mystery Tarot. So yeah, it's Japanese. The guidebook's all in Japanese, but the cards are in English. For what reason, I don't really understand. But yeah, so this one I really, really wanted, because so anything Japan or Japanese related I'm really, really into. I'm trying to teach myself the language, but it's incredibly difficult. I don't really have a lot of time to do it. But yeah, so that's this one. But yeah, this one I just, you know, had to have again because the artwork is just so different. Just such bright, vibrant colours. I was instantly drawn to it as soon as I came across it. Okay, so that is my 5 tarot decks. Up next, like I said, I think most people have done 4 books that they have, but I don't really have that many sort of tarot books, if I'm honest. I've got a couple of like astrology and things like that, but I thought it would be more fun to do 4 oracle decks that I really like and connect with. So, start with this one. The Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. And it is so, so small. Let's give you an indication of how small. So yeah, it's called the Pocket Oracle for a reason. Yeah, it's only 13 cards, but they're really, really cute. And it's basically just sort of like yes, no, listen to your intuition, not right now. It's a very sort of, you know, it's very blunt. It gives you the answer. You might not like the answer. It's very, very blunt, but it's also very, very good. So if you just want an answer sort of immediately for something, like yes, no, or not for you, or not right now, or choose a new path, this is the deck for that. So I really, I use this one pretty much like every week. But sometimes it's a bit harsh, but you know, that's tarot and oracle for you. Next one is the Everyday Witch Oracle. This one I literally use every day. You might recognize it because she did an Everyday Witch Tarot as well. And I saw on her Instagram the other day, she's got a new one coming out, which I think was Everyday Witch Familiars, I think it was called. So I'm really, really excited for that one. I think it comes out next year. But yeah, this one, again, it's just so beginner friendly and gentle, and just the energy is so positive coming out of it. I own the tarot as well, but the oracle I use all the time. It's based off of the 4 elements, earth, fire and water, rather than suits. But yeah, it's so gentle, so friendly, so happy, and I connect really well with it. And from day one, I just connected instantly, and it's always very, very accurate for me. So that's that one. Next we have Halloween themed Gothic Oracle. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background, by the way, she keeps squeaking and making noises. I only recently got this one. I'm going to be doing a flip through of it on my channel, soon. But yeah, I just had to have Halloween. How cute is that little dragon on a pumpkin? So cute. Yeah, and anything sort of like this sort of theme, Gothic, is very, very me. Anything sort of Tim Burton and that reminds me of Harry Potter so much, like Hedwig. But yeah, it's got different sort of mystical characters, vampires, mermaids, witches, like that kind of thing. But yeah, so that's one I will be using very frequently. And the last oracle deck is Moonwitch Oracle. It's by Cosmic Valeria. This one I instantly connected to as well. I don't use it that often, actually. I don't know why, because I do connect to it. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it, but I suppose it is very just aesthetically pleasing. But I should use it more. But again, it's very gentle. It's very like sort of Fear in a Witch, if you're into that. So I would recommend that if you're that way inclined. So that is my 4 oracle decks. Next is the 3 spreads. So I don't tend to do like huge spreads. I mean, occasionally I'll do like a year spread, like a 12-month one where you literally have 12 cards around in a circle, like one for each month for the year or things like that. But I tend to do a daily card like all the time. I always do a 1 card pull or a daily card. I do that literally every day. But the 3 I use most are one I like to call Release and Receive. I don't know if anyone else does it or if I came up with it, I'm not really sure, but I just sort of started doing it when I started my channel, so almost a year ago. So basically I pull 2 cards, one for release and one for receive. So something that you need to let go of and stop doing, and something that you need to attract into your life and start doing. So for instance, the 2 cards from this deck say you need to, so do not drink poison. So don't do things that you know are bad for you. So for instance, like let go of anything that is a bad habit or a bad relationship or anything that you know is not serving purpose in your life, anything you know is not good. Let go of that. So release that. And then receive, but manage to be glad. So create your own happiness regardless of conditions. So that one is sort of like, attracting in and pulling in, start to make your own happiness. Be glad for what you have in your life. Be thankful for the positive things you have in your life. Because there's always something to be grateful for. So that's the release and receive. The other one I do pretty much all the time is just a 3 card past, present and future. So if I could find one of my decks. So you'd have a past, a present and a future. So you'd flip them over. Obviously this is the deck I've just shown you guys. So you'd have past, present, future, you'd interpret that, and then occasionally I will grab an oracle deck as well, just for like an affirmation card on top of that. So say you've got your reading and you're not quite sure how you're going to achieve that or how you could bring that into your life or how you could manifest it, I'll then like put an oracle card on top and be like, that's what you focus on, that's how you bring that in. That's what I like to do. And then my last spread is an elemental spread, which I don't know if any of you have heard of. I know some people do it, some people don't. And there's also different ways to do it. So again, there's no right or wrong. It's just whichever way you want to do it. So you'd have your northeast, southwest. So northeast, southwest, you'd have earth, air, fire and water. To zoom out slightly, you can't see. So you'd have earth, air, fire and water. Sorry, I should have done those upside down, shouldn't I? So basically the concept of it, the elemental spread, is you pull a card for each direction for each element. And there's a couple of ways I do it. The first way is just to sort of see how I can bring balance to that element, to that part of my life. So earth, air, fire, water, what do I need to do to sort of balance that? The other way is much longer, and I've seen other people do it this way, is again, so you take 4, one for each one, and then what you do is you see if each card is associated to that element. So earth, you'd want, you know, say a pentacle card. Air, you'd want a sword card. Fire, you'd want a wand card. And then water, you'd want a cup card. And if you don't have them in the right place, then you pull a card again. So you'd put another 4, one on each one. And until you get the right sort of suit in the tarot for that element, that's how sort of in balance or out of balance you are. So so for instance, here I've got like a sword in the fireplace. Say I'd pulled that in the air place where it's supposed to be. That would mean that that part of my life is very, very balanced. I don't need to worry about that. But then say the water, say it took me like 8 attempts to pull a cups card. That would be the area of my life I need to focus on more. What is a bit out of balance, what I need to sort of focus on to sort of get myself back on track, if that makes sense. But yes, that's the 2 ways I like to do the elemental spread. Some people also do a 5th card, a spirit card in the middle, which you can do, but I don't tend to do that. I just tend to do the 4. So yeah, I'll do one of those spreads on my channel at some point so you guys can see what I mean. But anyway, yeah, so that's the 5 and 4 and 3. So 2 is 2 habits I have. So whenever I get a new deck, I like to cleanse it with selenite. So I grab my selenite, and what I like to do is I'll get the deck, and what I'll do is I'll often put it on top of the box overnight, just for like 24 hours just to cleanse it. And then the next day, or when I want to use it, I'll take the cards out and I'll put the selenite on top of the cards, and I might do a bit of like a tap. Sometimes I do it to sort of like sound as well, just for extra sort of, you know, cleansing. But I always cleanse a new deck with selenite, always. Or if I haven't sort of done, or if say I've used the deck a lot, or I haven't used it for a very long time, then I'll cleanse it as well. But yeah, so that's a big one for me. It's a habit I do with every new deck I get ever. And my other one is I tend to knock. So before I shuffle a deck, I do this. I knock on it just to knock out any old energy, you know, before I pull the card, basically. I don't really know why I do those 2 things, I just do. I know some other people knock on it just, I know some people knock on it for other reasons, but I do it just to sort of knock out the old energy. So those are my 2 habits. And my 1 tip for you guys is don't try to be like everyone else. There's no right or wrong way to do tarot or oracle. It is just, it's based on you yourself. So don't try and do it the same way everyone else does, because it won't work. You know, like I said earlier, some people like myself are very intuitive readers. They just sort of, you know, they get the cards and they just interpret what they see or how they feel, what the energy they feel coming off at that time, the story they see. Other people will literally memorize card meanings, you know, by what they mean according to a tarot guidebook, and they'll only use those definitions, and that's very definite for them. It's fine either way, but don't try and do it the same way everyone else does because you think it's better, because it's never going to work that way. So just be you, you know, read tarot in your own way, have your own little habits, have your own little, you know, tricks or spreads, or do whatever, do however it works for you, basically. So yeah, I hope you liked this little 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 tarot video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I'm almost at my year anniversary come Halloween, so I'm really looking forward to that. And don't forget to like, and I will see you soon.